Henry G went that way.
I'll kick off anyway. So, there goes another really enjoyable year with this team. We've stepped up the league this year with the aim of establishing ourselves in a higher division, and we've done much more than that. We've beat every team in the league across the course of this season, showing that we are one of the top sides in the division. Then I'll be too quiet. Right, I think we're good there. Yeah. Thank you. It was a little bit disappointing that we weren't able to claim the league title, but thankfully we went and picked up the top cup at the Putton Athletic Tournament last month, conceding one goal all day and holding on there some penalties. And that was a great day. It was great to see the celebrations. It was great to see what it meant to everyone. It's been a good season overall. We've really been pushed on by 3 new signings in Jacob Henry and Lucas. You've all had a massive impact, and we've really enjoyed having you all on the team. So well done, and thank you.
Woo!
Going to start with some thank yous, and Stu might have already covered this off, so I do apologise, but thank you first of all to our committee. This is a brilliant club. The input of the committee throughout the year and into today makes it a really good community club to be involved in. The work that goes on behind the scenes is tireless, so a massive thanks to Julie, Lisa and Jen, who've already had the flowers. Dave and Ken as well, particularly Dave, who shows it goes without praise, but he very much deserves it. And thank you to our very own Jenny this year, who's joined the committee. She has been on time for some of the meetings, which is really impressive. Some of the meetings. But her input is massively important, and she is our new events coordinator, which is she's delighted about. So anything I think today, I'll kept this thing.
Speech!
So next up, a big thanks to the group of parents that we have. It's a hugely supportive group of people who make it a great environment to be a part of. With having a house full of boys, I have been involved in many football teams over the years, but this group is second to none. The support, the commitment, the enthusiasm has never wavered, and it's massively appreciated by me, the coaches and all the kids, so thank you everyone. Thank you to my fellow coaches, starting with Stu. Been very fortunate this year to have had referees assigned to most of our games, which Oliver has been delighted about. Which has meant Stu hasn't had to ref so much this year, but he's refereeing his side really well liked by the lads, really well respected. He's a huge part of this team, and I would not do this without him, so thank you, Stu. Thank you to Tony, despite having no idea where or when we train. Tony is a really important part of our coaching team. Again, someone who the lads respect, but actually he's really happy to give and take a little bit of stick, which is a great quality. Unfortunately, he's been bullied by some of the mums this year regarding his gamble catchphrase. So that was put into retirement, hopefully temporarily, and we'd very much like to see that back next season. But he's a massive part of our coaching team, and also I hope Jamie understands how much he actually puts in to help him out and support him. Thank you to Darren for all his efforts with the Tigers at the start of the season, and to Darren and Paul for everything they've done with the Lions. Again this year they've had a great season, topped it off with winning trophies, open a superb effort. And just going back to Darren, I forgot this from his speech, but Darren has arranged for sponsorship for the team again this year, so that's a massive thing for us. Thank you. thank you to Jovan. I think he's at the back of the room.
Come on.
So, for those who don't know Jovan, he is a work colleague of mine and better known as a Deal or No Deal contestant. Probably best known as that, really. He is a goalkeeper in his spare time, and following a work chat, he agreed to come and do some training sessions with Brody, and he's been a massive help. He's committed massively to it, and it's not lost on me that he comes over from Wavertree to training sessions and today, and it's really very well appreciated. So thank you, Jovan.
Jovan.
Thank you to Dave and Tommy, our stats department and video editing team, who are the best in the business for me. The pair of them wouldn't be able to play some big Cup in the World Cup, and I think in years to come it'll be great to look back on the videos and the stats and reflect on what a brilliant few years we've had together. So thank you to them. So a final thank you to the lads. They are pretty much all teenagers now, and it doesn't half show. They are great kids. They look out for each other, they respect each other, but most importantly, they have a laugh together. They enjoy being around each other, and as a dad, it's nice to know that Josh and also Jacob actually are growing up with a great group of lads, and I hope they'll be making years to come. That is off the pitch though, and today is all about positive, so I won't dwell too much, but we had a chat in the training on Tuesday about being more positive on the pitch, less moaning, more encouraging, less negativity, and that is what we expect next season. But with that said, it's been a pleasure this season all year. There's so much time for every single one of you, so thank you. Thank you, and well done. So, final one from me before we go on to awards. A massive welcome to the team, to Leo and to Alfie. Obviously, we know all about Leo already playing for the Lions, and we knew about him well before that when he was at the Red Lions. We know what a good player he was. He's a brilliant technical player. He shows great determination and brings loads to our team. He's a really good competitor. He's a winner. But my big hope for him is that he's just able to enjoy his football, free of frustration, without putting pressure on himself, because we need him at his best, because he is a brilliant player and stuff. So welcome, Leo. Really looking forward to having him in the team. Alfie, another addition that we're really pleased with. A mate to everybody in the team already. Really popular, really well liked. And what I like about Alfie is how much he wanted to be a part of this team, and his commitment and enthusiasm from day one is what we look for. He's a really good footballer as well. He shows great tenacity, pace, willingness to run a football, and looking forward to seeing what he's able to do. So, on to the awards then. I don't know if... I don't know if you've got anything to say, Stu, before we move on. Right, I'll start then. So first up, probably starting in position order, the best in the business at under 13 level. A really top goalkeeper, very obvious who I'm talking about now. A top lad who everybody in this team loves. He's performed to an unbelievable level for a few years now. But the biggest test was always going to be moving to 11 side, proper football, massive goals, and aided by a growth spurt at very much the right time. He has not only sort of overcome that challenge, he's gone one further and he's become the very best about. It's not through luck that he's as good as he is. He's a true sportsman who strives to be the best he can, and I think his golf and exploits, not that I'm a keen golfer, so probably pleased at how much of a sportsman he is. The desire to do well probably sometimes spills over to frustration, disappointment when things don't go as you hope, but these are part of what's taken him to being as good as he is and being the player that he is, and this has probably stood him in good stead, and I'm sure it will in the future. And I can speak for every one of us when I say that we're right behind him on his journey. we'll support him every step of the way, but from our point of view, it's important that he knows that you'll always be one of ours. You've been a massive part of our team, and as always, I hope for the time. So well done, mate.
Rooney! You didn't say his name.
Brodie McIntosh.
There we go.
Okay. For this next play, I'm going to start with some stats. Assists 2, goals 1, glancing header, player of the match 4. I think that's the key stat. So this player, or this Tigers, had a fantastic season. We don't give awards out for most improved player because the kids would probably rinse that. But this player would have won it at a canter this season, I would say, because this Tiger is unrecognisable from where he was a couple of years ago. His fitness has improved beyond doubt. He's one of the strongest Tigers. You try knocking him off the ball, you've got no chance even as an adult. Something sticks out to me that me and Phil probably that we saw last couple of weeks ago was a battle between him and Henry in a training game. It was like two gazelles going up against each other, two strong lions battling against each other, no quarter given, both knocking each other off the ball, both picking each other up at the end of it. But it just showed the strength that he's got to go up against Henry and still come out standing up. He's our very own Cafu. We rate him really highly as a right back. He's one of the best right backs in the business, Mr. Super Dom Parry.
Next up, I don't think he's in the room, but a fantastic character in our team who is great to be around. He's had 5 or 6 brilliant years with us. Somebody who plays in a number of positions and, whilst sometimes fair to say doesn't look like he's focused, he always goes out and gives 110%. Things that I like about this player, Harry, are that he never hides when things are tough. He's always willing to take the ball, he's calm, he still does his role with the ball under his studs, which I enjoy, even though it's terrifying. He's always going for a tackle, and he's finally started to turn up to training in football games, which is a huge plus. He doesn't look like he's got out of his daily chair onto the field. He's an absolutely top lad who we've had loads of time for, and I really enjoyed looking back at the videos of the tournament a few weeks ago, seeing what it meant to him. A pleasure again, well done,
Harry.
Sorry, and happy birthday.
Okay. Happy birthday, Harry.
Okay, this next Tiger, probably describe him as a no-nonsense defender. He's had a second solid season for the Tigers. Stats prove it. 3 assists, 2 man of the matches, 4 goals. He's got a reputation now as a bit of a free kick specialist, which might tell you who it is we're talking about. It's been enhanced this season, particularly with his winner in the last minute in a smash and grab versus Upton away, and in a brace against Hope Farm. His knuckleball technique is almost Ronaldo-esque. He's a no-nonsense, tough tackling, hard man defender on the pitch. But more importantly, off the pitch, he's a cheeky, friendly, and really caring lad. Occasionally lets his frustration get the better of him, especially when his dad's giving him a rollicking on the sideline. He's had a fantastic season for the Tigers, and we really think the world of him. It's Jack Jones.
So next up, the first of our summer signings last year, and a brilliant bit of business for us. I really can't express how glad I am that we came across Jacob Moore. And I think he'll agree with me when I say that he was absolutely all in from the very first training session. I remember vividly asking him to come and play in a tournament for us last year, which we actually won, and his face like, no, he was going to be involved. I think with Jacob, one of the great things about him is that if you put out to say that you're kicking a ball against the wall for an hour, he would be there. Fred's on, just getting involved, he just loves playing for his mates. As a footballer, he has brought so much to this team. He's not the biggest, but he makes up for it with aggression, and he never shies away from getting his foot in. He's technically really good, and for me, his big strength is receiving the ball in tight areas and moving it on. And he came up with what I think was the moment of the season, scoring a late winner against an unbeaten Westminster Park side, which meant a lot to everyone. A year in this team, and I've said it before, it feels like he played for us forever. So well done, Jacob.
Okay. This next Tiger is a technician, one of the most technically gifted footballers in the team, I would say. So this player was flying up until probably the midway point of the season, and for context to those who aren't involved in the Sunday team, he had a really tough time up at Woodchurch away. The context is that he had a really horrendous tackle against him, and it knocked his confidence a little bit. Suffered a few injuries on the back of that, as well as a bit of a crisis in confidence. Nonetheless though, this player is an absolute class act. He's calm, he's collected on the ball, he can play anywhere across the back or midfield. If he had a pound for the amount of times he's megged me in training, then I'd be a rich man. He can do both sides of the game. He works back, he defends, and he's also a really creative force further up the field. He's a super important player to the Tigers, and we're looking forward to having a less disrupted season for him next year, and his continuous showing his ability of what he's got in the tank. It's Mr. Jack McKevitt.
So, next up, actually, the twin of Jack, who has had a really good season this year. Mr. Versatile, so much so that having played in every position for us this season, he's now going to completely set right on the gloves. He's had a number of man of the matches this year, which have been fully deserved, and I think probably his best performance came in one of our later games in the season against a really quick forward who might be signed for the Lions actually. He's a real threat, but you just don't beat Ollie for pace, and he didn't that day. It's a testament to Ollie that he can do a good job in every position. He's selfless, and he gets the best out of everyone. Normally has a lot to complain about, but he doesn't ever complain about what position he plays in, which is a great quality. Next season, down in the clubs, it's going to be a steep learning curve. Make no mistake about it, but he's already shown what a really good goalkeeper he is, and his desire and his commitment to work out of that. And I'm speaking for everyone, and say that we'll all be right behind him, and it's very important to stay positive, whatever happens on the pitch. And I've no doubt he'll settle into it and do a great job for us. Well done, Ollie.
Yes, Ollie!
Okay, so versatility is a key part of this Tigers game. He's played in all manner of positions for us this season. He's played centre half, he's played CDM, he's played cam, and he's played centre forward. And he does an effective job in all of those positions. I can see him smiling already. As he gets older, he seems to be gravitating back towards playing up front. We watched him play in a, speaking quietly, ringer in a recent tourney for the Division 5 Eastern Rangers side. He finished with 5 or 6, I lost count about it, was it 7? Sorry, Henry, just corrected me. 7 goals to his name. Every single goal in the playbook, from looping headers to roundhouse volleys. He reads the game as good as anybody else on the pitch. A highlight was his reaction to Jack Jones' late free kick winner this season versus Hope Farm, and it shows how much he loves his teammates. As strong as he is in the tackle, next year we're hoping to use him a little bit more as an attacking threat, which is where he first made his name as a Tiger back in the day, scoring hundreds of goals each season. Mr. Joshua Cryer.
Yes, Josh! Kashy!
So, next up, somebody who's had a really positive season this year. I really think that very well integrated into the squad. He has good friendships with everyone, and until Leo joined, he was the only person in the team that mentioned high, probably gives it away. But that has never stopped him being right at the centre of the social circle in this team. And what I've really enjoyed this season has been seeing him play with Nate Henry, and the pair of them are more like brothers and friends. They are so close. They give each other a little bit of stick at times, but it's great to see them playing together. He took a little bit of stick from me as well for a photo he had with Ibrahima Konate in the season, and I genuinely believe he ruined that Liverpool player because he was playing quite well until Jacob had a photo with him. He has been too dreadful ever since. On to his football though, Jacob has always had really good technical ability. He can shoot, he can find a pass, he's got great close control of the ball at his feet. The challenge for him, I think he knows, is to make steps forward in his aggression, and he's really done that. He scored some very good goals, including a brilliant chip on the last day against Hoylake. And from what we see in training, I think he's capable of more next year. A really positive season for him, a great lad, a great player. Well done, Jacob.
Jacob! You lost it, Stu.
Okay, I'm going to start with some stats again for this player. Assists 10, goals 7, player of the match 5. A new Tiger in 2026. In 2025, going into 26. Fair to say this lad has made an impact in his first season, isn't that right, Abby? Yes. His stats speak for themselves. Phil and me worked hard in the background last summer to secure his signing, and the team has grown even stronger since it was when he came on board. It's fair to say he has high expectations of those around him, including the coaches. Sometimes when they aren't always communicated in the way that we want them to be received, but he demands 100% from his teammates because that's what he gives himself on the pitch every week. The personal highlight was him dominating the horrible kid who threw punches around from Hope Farm when we beat them 2-1 in the league earlier on in the season. He's fierce, he's strong, he's competitive on the pitch. I've got a couple of stud marks from the lads v Dads last weekend to prove it. If you get to know him, he's also a really nice lad off the pitch, and he cares about his team and he wants to do the best for his Tigers. We're absolutely made up to have him. He's one of our own. It's Henry G.
Henry G!
So, on to another one of our summer signings and somebody who's really added to the team. I've really got a lot of time for him, this player. It's Lucas. He's a really funny character. He's absolutely full of banter. He's always at the centre of it, and he has a great laugh with everyone. He is full of witty remarks, and he's just a great person to be around. He loves his footy, and when he's not playing, he can be found at the back of the Tranmere car. And along with Alfie, he's probably responsible for why Josh is doing a lot of drumming around the house, which he's doing at As a player, he's added to us massively. He's really comfortable on the ball, he's got loads of energy, and what he's really brought is a knack for scoring goals. He plays on the right wing normally, but he really works to get in at that back post. And double figures for this season is a brilliant return. Thicker than being a 25-yard screamer against Prinny Villa. Massive well done, Lucas, a brilliant person.
Good.
Okay. Again, I'm going to do some stats with this player. Player of the match, 2 assists 5, crucially goals 19. This player is a goal machine. The stats prove this star striker Tiger, has had another season to remember, despite him constantly being down on himself in my eyes. He's his own biggest critic. He demands more for himself every week, which is a great characteristic to have in any sports person. A tough season in terms of injuries with playing for the two teams, but he's still racked up a really impressive set of numbers. Top scorer again for the Tigers, and even more impressive is his 5 assists. More to come from him, we know, but we don't take him for granted, and the Tigers are really looking to have him. I always look forward to him turning up to training or a game. He's got a certain air of coolness about him when he rocks up. He's got a swagger, and he's got a One Direction haircut to match it. Our main man when it comes to goals is Logan. Me again, sorry. Really apologise. Okay. So, another Tiger that suffered a little bit of a crisis of confidence this season, I would say. But despite that, he's still racked up another impressive set of numbers with 8 goals and 2 assists. Again, a little bit of context for that Woodchurch game. I keep harping on about it, but for those who weren't there, it really was a horrible situation that kids should never have to put themselves through, or parents. And to be expected to turn up for football week in, week out after that, I think it shows testament to the lad, because he suffered a bit of confidence on the back of it. A confidence knock even. At times, a little bit, he's another one who's really tough on himself, and he looks a little bit forlorn himself. We want to see him back to enjoying his footy again. We want to see that glint on his face, that smile on his face back when he's playing football. We've seen how he can single-handedly destroy teams when he's firing, like he did at Prinny Villa away last year. He's always a great personality, more importantly, whenever it comes to anything with these kids, personality comes through over football. And he's a brilliant kid to have around the place. We know he'll get back to his best, and he'll find his confidence again, and we'll be there to support him through it. There was definitely signs he was getting there towards the end of the season, finding his feet and getting that smile back in his face. Can we have a big round of applause, appreciation for Mr. Freddie Day?
Freddie!
I think Phil Shankly here, to be honest. He's giving himself like 3 speeches and I've got about 9. Okay. Right. Another impressive set of stats from this Tigers. 3 assists, 13 goals. What can you say about this lad that hasn't already been said before? Description you might say is a lovable rogue. Anybody got any guesses about who this might be? Never more apt now as he gets older. Another impressive season on the goal front, reaching double figures with 13, often from midfield. One of the best finishers in the team. Put him in front of goal and you're guaranteed a worldy attempt. Master of the lob or triple step over to take it round the keeper. He never takes the simple option, and we love him for that. He's always been the team's talisman since 6 years old. The one of the lads look to when we need a bit of magic. There will always be a place for him at the Tigers, so long as he wants to keep coming back to us. Show your appreciation for the one and only Mr. Jay Anderson.
Right, so now we are into the individual awards, and starting with the Parents Player of the Year award. I say the same thing about this one every year.
You talk about Henry?
Sorry. We'll do you at the end. Right. Sorry. No, sorry, that was for that. So it says here he's not the nicest of lads. I'm only joking. So we couldn't miss him out. One of the nicest people I have ever met. An absolutely top lad who lives and breathes his footy. He is hugely passionate about his football team, and he is a great mate to everyone, and I include myself in that. I've got so much time for him. His desire, his commitment, and his energy on the pitch is hugely important to us. He'll run himself into the ground, up and down the left wing, or chasing defenders when he's playing in front. He's a really good player. He's at his best when he got the ball at his feet and he's driving at people, and he shows shades of his dad's now disgraced hero, Ryan Giggs, in the way he plays. As a defender, he must be a nightmare to play against because he'll just keep going at you time and time again. But make no mistake, he will always do the dirty work as well. He'll get back and defend, he'll tackle. He's never been shy of a challenge. And one of the season's great moments came when he scored an absolute belter of a goal against Manor in a brilliant cup comeback. A huge part of this team from the very first day. Well done, Henry.
Great!
I've not missed anyone else, have I? That's terrible, that I must have scrolled past him. Apologies. So, now definitely on to the individual awards, and the first one being the Parents Player of the Year award, and this really is a top award to win. There are 30 odd votes for this award, and actually on this occasion the person who won it came out on top by quite a bit, and I think that's a testament to the impact that he's made, because he only joined us at the start of the season. Really doesn't take the brightest football brain to recognise that this lad is very, very talented. He has got everything in his locker, and if I was to liken him to anyone, it would be a hero to a lot of us in this room in Steven Gerrard. He can pass, he can shoot, he can dribble, he can tackle, and he just brings so much strength and quality to this team. And one thing that I really love about it is that you can just put him anywhere on the pitch and he'll shine. And whether he's up front or at centre back, players will just bounce off him. Such as how good he's been. There are loads of moments I could pick out from this season, but I'm going to go for a favourite, being one that actually Josh mentioned last night, where we were at home to Bolton Athletic. We were 1-0 down at half time. He beat 3 players just after the break, chipped the keeper, and then 5 minutes from the end he did the same again, squared the game to score the winner. Soon after that he just moved back to centre half to help shore things up and make sure that we won the game. It was pretty much 35 minutes that encapsulated this whole season. Getting to know him's been a pleasure. He can be very direct at times, he can ruffle feathers, but what I love about him is that when he scored a goal, he is always the first there to celebrate with his teammates. He's an absolutely brilliant footballer. He is a colossus. Well done, Henry.
Okay, next one we're going to go with is Tony G's Coach's Player of the Season. Tony, do you want to go? Yeah. Go on, Tony.
Go on, Tony.
Tony sent me his words, and they're nice words, and I'm going to flesh them out a little bit because I like to speak. So this monster of a centre half has been a tiger now for the last 2 seasons. Renowned for his no-nonsense approach and his 90s style tackles, his drive and determination makes him a formidable opponent to any team. His Stuart Pearce-esque free kicks have gotten us out of a few sticky situations, and it's been a privilege to watch and coach him as he grows not only as a very talented footballer, but as a brilliant young man. And to add to that, this kid is really, really a nice kid. His smile lights up any room. He's a brilliant big brother to his sister, and he's going to be another brilliant big brother as the year passes by. Can you put your hands together, Mr. Jack Jones?
So, on to the Manager's Player of the Year, and a reflection of the effort and the commitments that a player puts into matches, into training, and just how they conduct themselves over the course of this season. And I can honestly say that this lad has been a complete pleasure since day one of joining this team. A really good lad, not the loudest, but mates with every single player in this team. Stalwart on the pitch for us. He's grown a lot as a footballer this year, and has just grown a lot in general this year. He's got size 15 feet, maybe an exaggeration. He's had a fantastic season at the right of the back three. He's really relied on him this year. He works very, very hard up and down that right. He's passionate about his team. He's technically really improving as a player, And one thing I loved about him this season is storming runs forward, which is quite frankly terrifying to watch. When he gets going, it doesn't look like anybody can stop him. Two highlights of the season from him. One of the aforementioned runs where he went down right and square to Logan to score a brilliant goal, and another one on the very same pitch against West Derby where he scored a Van Dijk-esque header. He's an absolutely top lad. What I want from him next year is to get in that box, use his physicality and to score more goals. He's a credit to the Tigers. He's been with us from the very start. Very proud of him this season, how he's done, and I'm sure that his mum and dad will be very, very proud of what he's achieved. Well done, Dom.
Okay. Let's go with my coach's player of the season. I would say this is a particularly emotional one because this kid's deserved an award for a while in my eyes. Okay, this Tiger has been with us since the very early days. I can't remember if it was the very start, but I'm pretty sure it was. He's a technician on the ball. He's talented. His talent has never been in question. Over the years, though, we've asked him to work a little bit hard on the darker sides of the game, shall we say, that he doesn't like so much. Things like tackling, working back, running, those sorts of things. He's always made little improvements on these areas year on year, but this year he's clearly made a conscious effort to push himself forward in that sense. He's been a vital part of the team's success all year, contributing goals and assists. It's been his battling qualities, though, that have really stood out this season. Stronger in the tackle than he's ever been before, competing for 50-50 balls, not shying away for anything. He's really stepped up this year, and this award is really well deserved and probably long overdue. It's my pleasure to give my Coach's Player of the Year to a really great kid, a lovely lad to have around the place, Mr. Jacob Kirby. Woo! Okay, last one, me again. Players Player of the Season. I always think Players Player of the Season is a really great award to have because it shows more than anything you've got the respect of your peers. Teammates looking up to you. What can we say about this Tiger that hasn't already been said? He's been with us a good few years, been possibly our most consistent performer year after year, never lets his teammates down, and he takes his football and his sport in general very seriously. He's had a major shift in the last few weeks that's meant he won't be available for the Tigers as much as we'd like next season, but make no mistake, it's because his talents have been recognised. His personality has shone through since he got the news about being accepted for the Tranmere Academy, with him thanking me and Phil at least 100 times along the way. Today was the 101st time he thanked me, and I appreciate it nonetheless. You can see leaving the Tigers isn't something that comes easy to him, not that he is leaving, but not playing as much for them. And that speaks volume about the lad as his personality, and how much he cares about his mates and playing football with them. He'll always have a home at the Tigers, and he's 100% earned this opportunity, and we are right behind him as he grows and progresses in his football journey. We know he'll grab it with both goalkeeping gloves. The Players Player of the Season goes to Brodie McIntyre.
Yes, Brodie!
Thanks everyone. Woo!